What's going on, everyone? It's Justin here, and welcome to Setup Makeover episode 3, where we take a bad setup that has a bit of potential and turn it into something nice with a new paint job, some new furniture, as well as some new tech, and just give it a nice redesign and bring everything together. You guys really liked the previous series, so I'm hoping to do this much more often, whether it's a living room or desk setup, and in this episode, I think we have a very good one. It's just a lot of fun to do this series, pick out the furniture and the product, and just give someone an amazing new setup with just a few steps, and it's crazy to see the before and after in just 2 days of work. So I actually did open up submissions over on Instagram to my local area, and I got quite a few of them from both viewers as well as some friends, and the worst one by far was actually from my friend Bryce. In the end, it was probably the biggest transformation that we've done to date, and I just wish I could have it for myself because I love the way it turned out. And as you guys can probably tell, my desk setup right now is really boring, and I'm trying to figure out ways to make it more colorful or exciting. So if you guys want to win an item from this video to improve your setup, just make sure you subscribe to the channel, drop a like on this video, and also leave a comment down below. And I'll be picking a winner when this video hits 3,000 likes.
Hi, my name is Bryce. Today we're redoing my desk setup. Right now it's kind of just a little shambles. It's got a monitor for my PS4 just sitting on my girlfriend's dresser. Other than that, I got my old MacBook Pro hooked in through an HDMI cable so I can watch movies and stuff. I've known Justin since grade 4. I did his basement reno in his parents' house, and then I did his new condo painting renos. He gets me to paint his walls all white consistently and tries to help, but ends up screwing it up most of the time. Basically, I'm looking for kind of a modern desk, some grays with some like a natural wood top. Not a lot on it, just kind of monitor, PS4. I like it very simple, clean. Helps open up the space a little bit in my mind.
So this setup, if you could even call it a setup, was a computer that was used with a PS4 and was on a dresser with a lot of stuff all over it, and it just hadn't really been cleaned or reformatted for quite a while. But as soon as I saw it, I kind of knew what I wanted to do with it because it was in a basement room that didn't have a lot of light, and I feel like just giving it a nice moody feel to it with a dark theme would be very awesome. So the first step usually is just to take a huge garbage bag and clean everything up and just move everything out of the room that doesn't really have to be there. Give the wall a fresh coat of paint, and obviously neutrals are something that I really like. It definitely took a few tries to match the samples with this shade of gray on the furniture, but it ended up turning pretty well and gave it a bit of contrast from the light to dark. The color that we ended up using is called Street Chic from Benjamin Moore, and I think it has no undertones in terms of a blue or a red hue. It is simply made out of blacks, which is personally my favorite because I just don't like to see any hues in the paint. Next up, it was time to pick the furniture, and the IKEA Alex drawers from the old setup that I had in my parents' basement office that I wasn't really using anymore perfectly matched the gray wall. It's really nice to be able to reuse that because IKEA doesn't actually make that gray anymore, at least in Canada, so the only way to find it is from a used setup. And as Bryce mentioned that he really wanted to have a wood top, the best one that I found was called the Carlby. It is actually meant to be a kitchen countertop from IKEA and comes in at a price point that is a little bit higher at around $180, but the quality is very good, it's super solid, and doesn't have the same bending issues that the Lindemann desk has over many years. If you want to save a lot of money though, this right here is like the Lindemann desk. It is like $20 to $30 and it will still last many years to come and is pretty durable for the price. Because the IKEA Carlby top is meant to be for a kitchen, it is very long, but we actually cut it down by about 10 inches, and it also comes with an end piece veneer that allows you to do so, and it ended up fitting very nicely at around a 64-inch setup. I remember this overall theme with the Alex drawers and the Carlby top being very popular in around 2015 to 2016, started by Novatech, but I'd never done one myself, and I think it looks really good, and it's my first time really seeing it in person. The chair is one from Wayfair, and it was less than $100, which is I think like the cheapest you can find a chair that is made out of leather, and I think the brown really ties together the look of the gray walls and also the brown top. Cable management is always crucial for any setup, so we added a Signum cable holder, which is like $10, and also a hide-it side mount for the PS4 Slim for under $20, which allows you to just tuck it along on the side and be able to still access it to add your games in, but it's just very minimal and looks amazing. On the tech side of things, Bryce already has a 24-inch Asus gaming monitor, so I picked up the same used one on Amazon Marketplace for about $130, which is a really good price, as well as a Vivo dual monitor arm for $32, and I've used this in the past for a setup makeover, and it is just such a solid dual screen mount for the price. I used to have a dual screen setup in my parents' house for so many years, and I've got to say it brings back so many memories. It is probably my favorite setup to date. just because I was able to use like a computer on one screen and video edit it while also playing some games on the PS4 on the other screen. For the price point of this used gaming monitor, it's got a 1 millisecond response time as well as a really good refresh rate. I've had a few Asus monitors in the past and the contrast and the vibrance is really good as well as the sharpness, but I've personally been on LG over the past few years just for video production. The keyboard and mouse that we added to the setup is from my favorite lineup, the Logitech MX keys as well as the MX Master 3 mouse, and both of which can be seamlessly connected to multiple devices because Bryce does have the newest Microsoft Surface Pro X as well as an older MacBook, and he uses both of them for different reasons, both for work. The mouse is just like my absolute favorite for video editing. You've got horizontal scrolling, the build quality is great, and the battery life is amazing. And the keyboard itself is also self-illuminating, so being in this like dark themed and moody setup, having an illuminated keyboard is awesome. Some of the other accessories also cater to the devices that Bryce uses, including a Samsung Galaxy Watch and a Galaxy S10 phone, which go onto a dual stand that I found for just around $35, which is expensive for a wireless charger, on Amazon at least, but being able to have your Galaxy Watch and your phone wirelessly charged in just a nice seamless setup just kind of cleans up the whole setup. The PS4 controller also has a desktop charger for 2 controllers and also a universal vertical black laptop stand that matches the overall theme, but I actually had a lot of troubles finding a nice stand for this computer because it was a bit older and definitely a bit fatter than Apple's newest computers. Just to kind of cap things off and give it a bit more color, because at this point everything is black, gray, and brown. I also added an IKEA Renarp lamp, which is black and gold, to give the basement a little bit of light, and this light comes in at $29 and has an IKEA bulb in it. A Philips Hue lamp is also something that you could add at a higher price, but just having like a warm bulb in this case for a few dollars looks really good. Lastly, I also upgraded the RAM from his 2011 MacBook Pro from 4 to 10 gigabytes for under $40 on Amazon, and this 2-in-1 computer that he recently picked up for work is the Microsoft Surface Pro X. This has a very nice keyboard and pen, which allows him to utilize work software but also take notes very easily on a compact and smart system with the latest specs. And it also has a great display, and he mentioned that he takes a lot of notes in work. So a 2-in-1 computer that can connect to his home setup as well as take on the go is just very nice, which is why he hasn't upgraded the MacBook in many years. Last but not least, we also added a Google Nest Mini because he loves to use Google Assistant, which is something that I personally don't use that much, but just go ahead and add it to the desk, and the gray mesh material looks very clean and blends in nicely with everything else. Before I show you the final montage though, I want to give a huge thanks to a sponsor of the channel and a huge thanks to Motion VFX for making this video possible. They make hundreds of different plugins for Final Cut Pro 10 that are all very easy to use and we've shown on the channel over the past, but some of the plugins that we've used just in this video include M-Title Retro, M-Callouts, as well as M-Transition Simple. One of my favorite ones is M-Callouts because it lets you do motion track text within Final Cut Pro 10 with just a few clicks. Just go ahead and drag and drop it over the clip and set the tracker over an area that has a lot of contrast and hit track, and it will go ahead and track frame by frame. From there you can customize the text, the color, the size, and the line, and it just gives you this very professional looking motion track text effect that usually takes a lot of time to do, but with M-Callouts it takes just a couple minutes or less. If you guys want to check it out, I'm going to drop a link down below. So although Bryce is super camera shy, here's what he thinks of his new setup.
I love it. I think it honestly turned out perfect. It's exactly what I was looking for. Simple, clean. I love the dark color of the wood and the gray, and it really just brings the whole room together. I'm really, really happy with the way it turned out. My downtime, I'm using the PS4 to play some games, probably some F1, Call of Duty, and then when I have to get down to business, I'll be using the Surface to take notes or respond to emails. So it was a good opportunity for me to actually kind of redo the room and start 2020 off fresh with my girlfriend and I. So we took the chance to paint the room, and then she helped me out a bunch with that. And then I had Trevor and Justin here to assist with putting the desk together and all the computer monitors and getting all that set up. So it was fun to be a part of the process and actually help out.
So I've got to say, this has to be one of my favorite setups to date, and I feel like a lot of times when I'm building setups for somebody else, it ends up turning much better than my own setup because I never know what I really want to do, and I'm a bit more experimental with the setup makeover. And this one has got to be one of my favorites because with the gray look on the walls as well as the dark look in the desk, the wood material and everything, it is just like a very well built setup with tons of storage. On the tech side of things, having two monitors, one for productivity as well as another for gaming, is also kind of my dream setup, but for the past few years I've just had an ultra-wide display for productivity. At the end of the day though, this has to be one of my favorite series to make because I just love to be able to create and design setups that are unique to what people like and kind of the mood of the room, and just with a few simple steps as well as some furniture and some tech, it just gives it a very nice new look that is inspirational to work towards. Because if you're someone like me, I spend my time at my desk every single day, so the setup is very important. I think I mentioned this before, but eventually I really want to be able to fly out to you guys and redo your setups, but it is a lot of work to like have all the equipment ready as well as like the logistics of everything. So if this series ends up taking off and it becomes sustainable, I will definitely consider it because I would love to do it. So make sure you drop a like for the YouTube algorithm.